Morning everyone, hope you're all loving life. It's a lovely day today, real lovely day. Just letting the car warm up. I've got a few things, I've got some stuff in the car. I'm gonna go and film some videos I'm doing like a little series on CB radio basically, and it's going to go into ham as well. I'm going to do a little bit of ham today. I've got some things I need to do beforehand, so I'm going to zip off to do those, but then I'll meet you again when we're at, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go yet, because I plan on doing it for lunch, having a bit of a lunch break, and film those videos at the same time. So old Crazy's crazy bloke, he's in, and as I was going up and down the driveway putting stuff in the car, I was thinking to myself, in a minute he's going to hop out and tell me my shoes are the wrong size or something. We often joke that one day he's going to jump out and say, oh, your shoes are the wrong size, do you know that? Your shoes are the wrong colour. Right, I'm going to go and do the things I need to do. Need to go and see someone Southend, see a man about a dog, so to speak. I'll see you in a minute. I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet. It's going to be a mystery. It's going to be a mystery. Anyway, see you in a bit. Come to this rather nice park. There's a little bit of construction going on down the road, so got cement mixers and whatnot going down the road, but never mind. I think this is going to be an ideal place.
I don't know, it will come to me, because I left Erith and I was around Erith way, and where did I go?
What an excellent day, absolutely fantastic. Look at the weather, again. I think we must be having some of the best weather in the world at the moment. It's absolutely fantastic. Sunshine, not a cloud, well there's a couple of little clouds, but nothing wrong with that. And I've got Stereo 4000 on the roof. Just filmed me a little video trying to explain how easy it is to set up a radio in a car, and away we go. Yeah, I bring a radio to do 2 meters as well. I thought I'd have a little play around. I may make a video on how to do 2 meters, but really anybody who's doing 2 meters should learn how to do it when they do their license anyway. But I was going to play around with a bit of 2 meters, but I bring the Ham King, which is an antenna that I bloody recommend. It's an excellent antenna. I bring that with me, but I completely forgot the FT1900 that I usually use the Ham King with. It's got an SO239 socket, so this PL259, what comes on the plug for the Ham King mag mount, just plugs straight into the back of it. But the 897, I forget what the bloody plug on the back of that's called, but it's the other type, but the name of it's escaped me. Different plug, and I have to put an adapter on there to get it to work, but I forgot the adapter. So I'm about an hour away from home. I'm not going to go home and come back. So there we go, that's the end of that. No 2 meters today. Actually, scrap that. I forgot that inside my little case here, I've got the wire, that Slim J or whatever it was called, and on the end of that was the plug. I remember now, I left it on the end of the plug on purpose, because that wire is always going to be with the radio. I'm a genius. Anyway, so let's see, is there anyone around? We're on 145,500. My screen, I thought I repaired the screen the other day. The screen is all gone liney again, so I can't see half of the bloody pixels. But we're transmitting. We're bloody transmitting. What we got here? SWR. Very good SWR. So CQ. This is Mike 6 X-Ray Sierra Zulu mobile. calling CQ12, listening for any replies. Thought I had the volume down. Don't think anybody came back though. When I transmit, the battery goes down to something like 11.6 volts or something. It's at 12.5 now. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Mike 6 X-Ray Sierra Zulu Mobile, calling CQ12 and listening for any replies. Nothing there. Somebody on 600. One more call. I've got other stuff I need to be doing really. I shouldn't really be sitting here playing around with this. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Mike 6 X-Ray Sierra Zulu. Mike 6 X-Ray Sierra Zulu calling CQ12 and listening for any reply, please. Thank you. I think it's safe to say nobody can hear me. Or maybe I am getting the people when they can hear me, but they just don't want to reply. They just don't want to talk to me, which is fine by me because I don't really want to talk to them. I want to go and get some food because I'm hungry. I think I've said this endless times before. But listen. It's so nice sometimes just to sit and just listen, you know what I mean? I've got probably 10 minutes to spare in between doing other stuff. And I'm just sitting here. It's lovely. Not quite sure what to do for lunch. There's KFC literally over there. I'm tempted to go and get a KFC, but a bloody meal is like 10, 11 quid. 10, 11, you know, 10 quid for some fried chicken. Nah. As nice as it is, it's just too much, you know. It's just too much dollar. Go see if I can find a shop somewhere. Might better get some, get like a meal deal or something. You never know, do you? Right. Can't sit here all day. That's for sure. Even though I'd love to. Oh, I'd bloody love to. You know? I was thinking to myself, right? You know, like when you see tramps, you see them, don't you? Or some people call them the homeless people. I know a tramp is technically a person that wants to be homeless. He wants to live on the streets. And a homeless person is someone who doesn't want to be, but they're in that situation. I know that, but that's just modern bloody terms, which I don't really agree with. But you see the tramps, don't you? They always pitch up outside shops and things like that. Oh, I don't think I would be. I wouldn't be outside. I mean, I don't know whether they're there because they think, well, if I sleep outside a shop, somebody might give me some money or whatever. But I'd be out in nature. I really would. I would be out in nature. No one around. You know. You can just survive. You'd have to walk to town or wherever you need to be to get your scraps of food or whatever it is you need to get, you know. Begging or whatever it is you want to do. But as far as, I'd set up a camp somewhere. Far out. excuse me, somewhere where not many people go. I might not even have one camp. I'd probably move around, but I definitely wouldn't be sleeping outside shops. And oh man, I don't understand why they really do it. But maybe I suppose those types of people, that they don't really care or appreciate being alone or being, out in nature. If you haven't got an actual house, an actual home to live in, nature is your home, I don't know whether you can see outside the trees, the forests. We're on the edge of a forest, parked in a car park for our trails to go in forests and stuff. And I just think to myself, a lot of the time I just think, yeah, you see them out there, and I often say to the missus and the kids or whatever, why are they here? Why are they sleeping outside shops and that? Some have even pitched tents up, actual tents in the middle of the town centre on the concrete. Why? Go and find a nice forest, live off the land, make some good twigs, make a campfire, keep warm. You'd have to know what you're doing, I suppose, but you could eat certain trees and berries and stuff, but I suppose a random tramp ain't going to know what berries are poisonous, what berries ain't, so that's really out of the question. Go and live in the forest, in the woods or something somewhere out of the way. Peaceful, quiet, on your own, no one around, just you. And then walk into town or wherever it is you need to walk. Get your bits of food, scraps, bins, or whatever it is you do to get your food, begging, money, whatever. Mad, isn't it? Right, speaking of food, that's where I'm going to get some food. Sometimes I go down there, there's like a little Indian shop on the corner, and I go in there sometimes. He gives me all the out of date sandwiches and food that he's got. Like went out of date yesterday, so he can't legally sell it. He just gives them for free, just to me, because I eat them. I'm not bothered about dates. You look at it. Does it look alright? Yeah. Does it smell alright? Yeah. Eat a bit. Does it taste alright? Yeah. Eat the rest of it. And it's free food at the end of the day. Right. Let's go. Got the old battery there ready to go back on charge. Happy days. Yeah, it was definitely flat. Even the ready light's not even anywhere near it. I've been using that battery now for a couple of days to power the 897, and it's not what it used to be. That battery's never ever been in a car or anything. Literally, I thought that was the one that I recovered out of a car, but I realised recently that it's not. That battery was brand spanking new. I bought it to power radios. I had two identical batteries, one I rescued from a car and one that I bought on purpose to power radios. This is the one that I bought on purpose to power radios. So it's never been in any car I've done anything. And that's why it's in such bad condition now. Because car batteries aren't designed to be discharged and then charged up and then discharged and then charged up. If that happens, it does them in. That's why if you get a car which has got a drain on the circuit somewhere, and the battery keeps going flat, and you keep charging it up or jump starting it and letting it charge up, that battery don't last very long, does it? I'm sure a lot of you have been in that situation. Well, that's because the batteries aren't designed to be charged and discharged. These car batteries are designed, lead acid ones anyway, and they're designed to be kept at full charge all the time, and constantly being charged by the alternator of the car. That's what they're designed for. So charging them and discharging them, charging them, discharging them, it just doesn't, it decreases their lifespan massively. And I knew that when I bought this. It was a lot cheaper than buying a deep cycle battery. A deep cycle battery is designed to be discharged and charged, but they're bloody expensive. So I just went for a cheap car battery, and it's lasted, I've had this about 5 years, and I've powered CB and ham radios with it for about 5 years. I just run it right down until it won't power the radio anymore. and then I charge it up again with that battery charger. And it's lasted 5 years like it, albeit it don't have much oomph in it anymore. If you turn a radio up and you put some power out, it does die quite quick. But it still powers a radio. I mean, I can power a 4-watt CB for weeks and weeks on it before it would go flat, so flat that it won't power the radio anymore. So it does do well. You know what I've noticed? There's quite an increase in recently, right? They call it prepping, where people prep. They get everything ready for some kind of nuclear war or any kind of war or a zombie apocalypse, whatever it might be, what they think it is. People are getting ready for it. And I've had a lot of people ask me about radios, CB and all that kind of stuff. You know, how can I set one? How can I set it all up? Because I'm into prepping. I'm doing all prepping. I'm getting all ready for wars and whatever else it is. You know, they've got bunkers and they've got food stocked up in there. They want radio with a stealth antenna outside so that they can still communicate and talk to people and all that kind of stuff. So that gave me an idea. What if I can make like a prepper's, what would I call it? I could make like a battery bank, right, with weeks worth of power to power a radio. And yeah, oh mate, I could make a battery bank, everything included in it. So it's like this box thing with a battery bank at the bottom, CB slotted in nicely, everything sort of just slotted in, switches and stuff to turn it all on, meter there for your VSWR and your power, just in case. I could do one with an option where you could have an amp built in if you wanted an amp, but obviously your battery power would be decreased. I can also have an option for solar, so to plug in the back to charge up the battery bank and to power the amp and the radio. I could have the option, so if you wanted, you could have a solar panel outside on the floor flush or wherever you wanted it. But then again, if you're in some kind of war or a zombie apocalypse, they'll just come along and the zombies will come along and eat the solar panel, wouldn't they? In fact, they'd probably eat the antenna. So I don't really know how that would work, but it gave me this cracking idea. I've honestly got people commenting who are doing this prepping thing, and they're asking me about radios, and I just thought to myself, I could make like a prepper's pack. A prepper's pack! Yes, a prepper's pack! Yeah, I might even try and do it. How would I do it? It'd be bloody hard work. I'd have to get some lithium batteries because lead acid ones would be really heavy, wouldn't it? But then again, if it's going to be stored in the bunker, you're not carrying it around with you, so it wouldn't really matter if it was heavy. I could have a big deep cycle battery encased in this wooden, like a shell box thing, CB slotted in above it, ample cableage, meter slotted in nicely for your VSWR so you can check to make sure your antenna's still connected. Yeah, because a zombie might have eaten it. Make sure everything's okay. So you've got enough power for weeks and weeks of 4-watt radio, amp included if necessary. That could be an optional extra. Man, seriously, I might think about trying to do that. I'd have one myself. I would. Be a big heavy unit, wouldn't go nowhere. Man. Anyway, I'll catch you a lot later on. I've done most things for today now. I've still got a few things to do, but I've done most things. I've been out and about all day long. I've got home not long ago, and I've done another video on VSWR just now because people keep asking these questions, and I tend to make the videos not long after people ask the questions because I've got my little notebook, but I write the notes down of what people ask so I can make the videos later on, but then I forget. Well, I don't forget, I just do other stuff, and then I read my notebook like months later and I think, oh man, they asked me this like 3 months ago and I've still not done it. Do you know what I mean? So when people ask the questions, I tend to make the video a day or 2 days after people have asked them questions. And people asked me a couple of days ago about VSWR, so I've done that. Happy days. I'll catch you lot on the next one. Thanks for joining me today. It's been very nice. It's been very pleasurable. I just got that buggy running well, and we had a little play around with some radio, didn't we? and been out and about, out in nature. I love it. Absolutely love it. Catch you later on. All the best. Take care. And enjoy yourselves.